Alright, MFL Championship, Framingham Mustangs versus the Dalton Bearcats. Opening kick goes up and out of bounds. What's new? You saw that a lot this year. And then on Framingham's first drive, Colin Tugas marching them down the field. Steps back. You saw this a lot from him during the year. That ball's up, intercepted by Dalton, and Dalton's defense steps up in a big way. And then again, Dalton trying to score on offense, shake and bake move, picks up a few yards. You saw that a lot during the season. Chris Feeney let up a lot of quarterback run, let up a lot of yardage that way. However, you also saw this a lot from him. Feeney up, pick, and there he goes. Down the left side, and no one's going to catch him for that one. First score of the game, Framingham up 7-0. However, Dalton would not let that stop them as they take the ball in the next possession. March down the field again off Chris Feeney, throwing to the end zone. That ball's caught. He's in. That's a touchdown, and we're tied at 7. Little celebration there. Framingham's Colin Tugas would not settle for that. Does not find Chistel. So what is he going to do? He's going to take off to the end zone himself, and he scores. 14-7 Framingham. Later, the next Framingham possession, Colin Tugas rolling back over the middle. And this was a pretty bad throw. That's all Dalton interception, and no one's going to catch him either. This game's tied up, and he retaliates. Colin Tugas throws his helmet in disgust. This game's tied at 14. Later, Framingham. And Colin Tugas, he just had a rough ball game against this Dalton defense. Rolling back, not finding anyone. Chistel open down the side, and what does he do? That ball's intercepted. And is it going to be returned back? No. Dalton trying to put on some moves here, but Framingham's good enough to know that they will not allow that. Goes out. And then Dalton marches down the field, about to score, and yes, they do. That's a touchdown, 21-14 Dalton. Chris Feeney did not look his best in this game, so they can't do it in the air. Let's try to run it. Shorty McNorty didn't have the stellar game. He takes the handoff here, and that ball is fumbled. Picked up Dalton. And it was just a rough day for this Framingham offense. Dalton would have it again. They'd march down the field, shake and bake move there. Dalton looks to the end zone. And this was after, and that ball is a touchdown, game over. That was after about 7 stops consecutive on these defenses. And Chris Feeney just couldn't do it, some handshake at the end. Dalton is your MFL champions. And it was just not a good day. If you look at the stats here, Colin Tugas had a rough outing, 3 for 14, 75 yards and a touchdown, but 3 interceptions. Shorty McNorty only 7. He had actually 7 rushes, pretty good, 45 yards. It's weak, and of course the fumble. And if you can't have a good quarterback, Brandon Chistel's not going to be able to do much. Only 30 yards through 3 receptions. Chris Feeney, luckily, had 2 interceptions, but can't let up those points and expect to win. John McKnight had a less than normal performance, I guess, as he obviously had only a 49 average kick. Lefty Lewis only 2 returns for 45 yards. Zach Peterson made a showing because Colin Tugas couldn't do it, and neither could he, picking up 5 yards on the ground but not completing a pass. And Dalton wins at 28-14, and they are your champions.